Players starting to aggress now up of mid, and it's all on the players and Mail, but Mini holding on, still within the corner, able to get the first pick and control of Spike.
A little bit of more time on the Toxin as well. Now a double up from Mail.
Lovely flash out, the players coming alive in the server, but it's mostly on Gentlemeat's side.
Head on the shoulders of Martin, but Ruxic won through the body. 4 Headhunter bullets left, 3 more targets for him to find. But Bippo will wipe the slate clean.
Right, with the way that they're very decisive in what they want to do. Very nice shots from Martin.
Great way to get this anti-eco up and rolling. Still not cleared, and he won't be. Much better pace change from Navi. Great use of the dog and the moment blind. Problem is, Spike hasn't crossed the site just yet.
And that's a huge problem because the smoke has dissipated and Mini's come straight out, denying that Spike in no man's land. Ruxic, a huge component as he tries to walk up through CT, does catch Bippo, but the trade's good. Mates doing well to keep control of this round or stay in it.
Ruxic creating a distraction so the spike plant can come through. Gentamate's looking to retake some of this space through ramp, and you have to still be looking at the Omen blind available here.
Navi worried about the elbow position. Hero taking stand there. He's had a clutch from there before. We've seen it highlighted. It always seems like his map, but with Philo to support, this should be easy enough. Navi have just seen the two players trying to come through. And well, it will end up being easy in the end. Towards Ace, it's now towards Heaven that they're really pushing. That's where Gentlemates made their stand and the retake. But it's towards site we look at. 4 bodies strong now are the defence. A nice combination through Molly and Nade. And Philo's entry looking good as well. A player who we highlighted as perhaps someone that needs to pick up the performances. It seems as if he has been. Spike goes down. The players of Navi have everything under control as they keep themselves ahead in the player count, but they need to get this round done and over with. Seems as if they've got the capability to do that. It's just Martin on his outlaw. A player who can show what he's got, given the opportunity. Well, there's the first. Needs to consider the player above him. His sociable does miss sociable. I was going to say Ruxic misses his shot. 5 players outside of B, Navi, brute force, and one which has consistently worked, but this time Martin is going to be able to stop Navi and the supporting cast getting into sight.
Leads you to believe that A isn't the final destination, but as he's called back through market, their sights are set on this side of the map.
Yeah, there will be a little bit of delay in the smokes getting here though, so that's what's stopping Navi really executing. And Glyph is in position with the paranoia and is being used, but it's Hero out of main that's most important. Is once again Navi's attack looks good, but the spike up in him is a problem, and they need to try and get through Glyph. I think that's it. A complete blunder from the attack, and Gentlemates are back within 1.
Yeah, Gentlemates do pick up the round.
Bippo is really detached from the support of Viper player in the corner. Oh, the dog broken. He's got an opportunity now. Martin hitting his shot on the operator. We roll it back towards mid where Bippo gets one of his own. But Shao's double up might have just saved Navi.
Yeah, Navi been much better at reclaiming mid-late round rather than immediately challenging it. And you're seeing that again here. Shao with a double. Looking to constrict A. Hero finds Sasso in the corner. It might be done. Oh! Misses the shot.
That's really unfortunate because now Starzo has been able to buy all of that A space. Is now Navi move towards B.
30 seconds
it's just
left.
Glyph holding on. The Yeoman, the hopes and dreams of this round put on the IGL, the captain for Gentlemates, and as they peek out, the shot's not necessarily hitting, and Glyph tries to escape and can't do so. So that spike will go down, and we're into a 2v2.
Yeah, Gentlemates didn't rotate even though they had the information. Martin retaking with the Yoru ult.
Last player standing.
And Starzo not considering the Sociable not considering the recommit. Shao has went elsewhere. And yeah, it's just going to be an easy defuse. Gentlemates are back all even.
That's ridiculous. Martin just threads his way through the whole site. Here, Mini has to tread on thin ice, draw a line in the sand and make sure that he doesn't get beaten past. You can see that priority just to give up middle and play towards the sites themselves. Starso arriving the B defense, but here is the showstopper from Bippo, chasing down Navi and not finding the kill. How is Shao still alive?
No clue, and he's been able to keep a whole lot of his health. Navi now look towards B.
Starting to flood into the tower now. A smoke is dropped and Starso trying to play behind it, but he's caught first and Hero onto another. Glyph exposed on the railing, and with that, Navi do respond. A catered attempt through mid, and mates just crumble this time.
Yeah, absolutely. They have
30 seconds left.
I feel as if, like, for the most part, they're having really big problems with delaying and stopping the push when it begins its onslaught. And you would think that that would kind of be made easier through having Martins up and available to try and garner that information on the extremities, but it feels as if Ruxic is the real hindrance to that. As now all the remaining players of NAVI want to try and get rid of this operator.
Try as they might, Martin is knocking them down. One bullet left in the gun and he's got 4. The round is lost regardless, but Martin might walk away with a highlight package. He's managed to TP away from Shao and has to put more bullets back in the gun before he gets a chance here.
I mean, one
Feels
more
like
kill.
this is a wager for a 1v1 or something.
Yeah.
This is completely disconnected from the round at this point.
Yeah. And if Martin does get this kill, it will bring him 2 away from the dimensional drift. Unfortunately for him, not able to. But Glyph has been left all alone. He's called for the players to start to rotate elsewhere, but does get the first. TP looks good! Can't quite make the most of it though. And that allows Navi back in. Showstopper doesn't connect, but it does clear the site. And that's the most important for Navi to get that pit down and the spike.
Really difficult to clear now. Sociable's got to be careful he doesn't get found, and won't. So it goes 4-on-4, Navi with an advantage here in post.
Yeah, and that's just not, and that's not numbers-wise, that's because they have the pit. And the fact that Martin has to try and re-clear with an operator, we know he's quick, but how quick can you really be when you're pushed to the closest of margins, closest of quarters? Nice pop flash out, Sociable comes through, but Mini wins out and Martin shorty. Okay, Navi, let's see how you defend the pit. The players now start to move on towards the spike, but Hero and Shao begin to make it work, begin to make it do. Hero's clutch comes through and gives Navi the advantage.
7 from 10 in the rifle rounds, which put them in this position. Gentlemates starting their attack with a little bit of a B main brawl. Shao respecting it, dropping back to a deeper line of cover.
Yeah, I think he's seen something from that, right? The both smokes already used, trying to create and mark the space in the side that he wants to defend, and is successful in doing so. And keeps Navi pretty far in front now as they start to sprint ahead. And the pistol round, Bippo, I mean, with 26 points of health, you know the writing is on the wall, and it is. Navi up to 8 on their own map pick. And he's a player who, as we all know, can hit the shots when needed to. There's a reason why he got named Controller Player of the Year, and it's because of his mechanical ability. But unfortunately, Navi have actually hemorrhaged a couple of players here, allowing M8 to get an advantage. They're continuing on, looking to charge and catch players off guard, which they're successful in doing so. Navi may be a little bit too overconfident.
3v2 and plenty of damage on those players. Bippo can cut right through them.
Yeah, that Marshall is going to be so important. The barrel scene, they know the players are on site. The reposition looks good, and the players' heads being collected left, right, and centre. A sheriff shot would be enough to take out Shao, but instead it's Martin's classic.
Martin dictating the pace of the smoke, but Ruxic now sighted for the first time in the round. Op in hand. That cannon creeping closer as Shao's managed to find one up in the heaven, making it a double. 3 for him on the round and 3 targets for Glyph to find. He's good for the first, but nothing more. So Navi continue to make steps forward. A French opponent. Here is Hero though, and trying to make his move. It's Filou supported instead. Showstopper active, fake out, trying to bait something, but Martin gets none of it at all. Filou finds his target. And Gentlemate's mixed investment doesn't look to come up to much here.
Yeah, where's Glyph off to?
He's managed to get out on B at the very least and past the sightline of Ruxic for now.
Oh.
Traded information, and that's where Ruxic will find Glyph in the end. Na'Vi looking set for double digits at this point, Cairo.
Yeah, Gentlemate's really... that 1 versus 1 was really important because they've lost all space now, and Starzo walked straight into the operator, and it seems like they're going to try and do the same thing again.
Instant use of the Yoru ult to try and clear out the Viper, but instead, Martin taking the fastest possible route to gain access to B. Filu finding a kill on the opposite extremity. Xiao dropping in the midst of the fumes, but Hero is still alive. That was a problem until Bippo introduced himself. Now Gentlemates have all of the control and the B site at their disposition.
Oh, Bippo can't quite catch the last 2 remaining players off. At least Starzo is. So, in a 3 versus 2, advantage still kept for the attack. And planting open, maybe not to be advised considering how close Navi are.
Oh, timing on Filu. Just looked away from Glyph, but now they know of each other's presence. It's Glyph that goes out to win the duel. And with it, maybe the chances of Navi's round are just slipping away.
Shadows traveling.
You can see, even with all of the... Oh, damage to the economy. Ruxic has his ult, and Xiao's just getting a double every single time. A vintage name. An anchor in the region, but Gentlemates hamstrung immediately, and where do you go from here?
1 enemy
Versus 3
Nice.
situation made a 5v1, and it's looking like that's all she wrote already. Glyph has nowhere to go, fakes the TP, and it ends flawlessly. Map point Na'Vi. And Ruxic's Outlaw as well. 2 bullets loaded up and ready to end the map here and now. Position is going to get assaulted towards, leaves the range of his TP, and with that all safety lost, you can see that Na'Vi are partnering up here. It's Xiao again through elbow. Glyph trying to trade, but at the end of the day, it's Hero to close. 13 rounds to 8, and Na'Vi will take their selection of split. Getting ready to set up those early salvos to deny this space from Gentlemates as the barriers do drop. And it looks like, at the very least, Na'Vi get up to that first set of boxes. Filu is going to be buried behind them, though. Martin is ready to flash onto that next line. The Horn thrown in as well, just to support, and Gentlemates with the early advantage.
Yes, the progression from the other lane, though, we're seeing from Navi, which actually works against him. Martin with a shot, even though he's completely hindered. And this pistol round looks like a great start for Gentlemates. This is how they started out split as well, it has to be remembered. So now we look at Xiao to clutch up, and so far, his individual performance has been pretty good.
Yeah, has it been 1v5 good though, Cairo? That's the question. Mini still has this trap up, so they know about him early.
I do. First, oh!
But having conceded any space.
That's a very quick, oh, nice shots, Martin once again. Scoped weaponry seems to be his specialty as he continues on. The flashes maybe not his specialty this time round. Maybe used to bouncing a blind side off here and there. Slowly approaches, jiggling his way through. No way!
Mess with again? Oh wait, you can't.
Now the main push of Navi make their way in, and Filu once again with the entry is looking good, but elbow being taken, the mate back in, and this could be a bonus round conversion, which Navi do not want. It seems as if that is going to be the case though. As Hero has to clutch up, 1 versus 3. Time not in his favour, neither the numbers. Gentlemates up to a bonus round conversion.
Gentlemates with 4 bodies in position to try and defend A here. Spy cam left behind by Mini in middle, that's what ties all of this together. Xiao full sticking the plant, and Na'Vi moving to post. They have plenty of utility to drop back on here, but that's if they can find stronger post-plant positions. Mini's already managed to cut Filu out of the site, and Ruxic not too far behind. The double duel is disposed of, and now the last 3 remaining members all set up with their util.
Yeah, that they are, but it's the bodies, the numbers that's going to be in Gentlemate's favour, and they continue to make it work.
Player standing.
Shao one more. Still has the pull available on cooldown, but forced to take those fights early. Means that he doesn't get to invest the utility.
Been problems in post and allowing ones to be taken by Gentlemates. I'm just wondering, like, how are Navi not more aggressive in the way that they're trading out? Oh.
Managed to find an opening pick here onto Martin. Leaving Glyph by himself in art behind this Astra smoke. Looks like he can prop it up for now. Coming back to what you're saying, I think it's just once you dive into the site, it's difficult to get back out without there being a trade. And Gentlemates did have numbers there early to backfill. Glyph with a fake this time, and he drops to Filu.
I mean, this is what we were looking for Gentlemates at the moment, as we, sorry, not for Gentlemates, for NAVI, right? They find themselves an advantage, clear out of all his A site. That spike can go down. Just note that there is the Neon that can easily start to come back in of Beppo. The Starzo takes a timing! Lovely spray transfer! At least Hero able to create a foundation for this post plant. We look at Mini to try and clutch up himself.
Yeah, Navi in a 3 versus 1, and they have plenty of utility here. Stars on the spike, and one salvo left on Sociable by my count. Doesn't need it. Between the Yoru and the Teho to just condemn early space. Here it's Bippo with the op. Fires into a crowd behind smoke. Doesn't look like he's found anything from that though. No damage either, really. In front of the setup, the Waylay ult gonna hit him afterwards. Trade still not coming through. Filu able to TP out of dodge, and Bippo finally drops to Ruxic, but it's a 4 versus 2 situation. Make that 4v1. Shao left with it all to do. Spike on his shoulders, and he just can't carry the burden. Mini is inviting pressure on B towards his Cypher setup. One trap placed and ready for a player crossing in. Ruxic's over the top, and Mini's stunned up. It's the fake out which he connects to, so that reveal doesn't do all too much. Ruxic slaughtering Martin in the background. Mini's not too far behind. Navi accelerating into this B site, knocking down every Gentlemates player along the way. Glyph, the captain, will go down with the ship. And
Ultimate and Armageddon throwing in. And you know that Mini will find it hard to hold on to this, although does still get a kill. And is there a pocket in which to work with? No, there's not. It's great usage to gain control of the site, but look at Starzo in B Heaven, as well as Hero coming from behind. Who gets there first? Who activates first? It seems to be Hero. Still 3v3. The site under siege as Gentlemates try to get out quick, and Martin trying to find his next duel quickly. It doesn't come his way as both players duck and dive and dodge away from the Phoenix. The time ticking away, and Martin, now the onus on him to try and dice up these fights. So well played, the turret for contact, but that doesn't mean you're going to win the fight. Lockdown now committed. Hero knows that he's got time, but he needs to get on towards that spike. Well, there could have been a defuse. Instead, Martin forced away. That spike about to explode, and Navi will find their third.
Goodbye, Martin. Rifles are out for mates, though. All 5 players towards the mid position. Navi have been drawing success from here, a conduit for their results. Hero can only trade out the body of the Phoenix player, and with that, Bippo catches the next. 5 versus 3 situation. Great adaptation from Gentlemates.
Everyone begins to walk back towards mid to see if Gentlemates have taken anything up. But that Neuro Theft, I mean, it's next to nothing in terms of investments for Ultimates. And that will give all the information in this mid-round and is needed for the defense to start to gain the round themselves. Although Navi do want to fight it. And there's ultimate being sent in by either, utility sent in from either side. It's awkward, and one that allows Navi back into the round. I was looking at Glyph now, traded out, and now an escape for Sociable.
Yeah, he's going to be able to just about get the better of this timing. Bippo doesn't want to reveal his position by using the high gear. And Sociable planting open. He's going to be looking for a reposition, likely towards long, it seems, in the close corner. The question is, does he have a salvo this time?
That is the question. And for Bippo, the question is does he realise the position of the tail? Yeah, There is no salvos, it has to be on the gunfights. Bippo now trying to clear all the way through towards CT,
Yeah.
and even through Heaven. Time is getting low.
Sociable doesn't want to use the salvo either because it would give away his position. He has the drop here on Bippo.
That he does. Looking to swing out. Knew that Bippo committed to the spike. And Navi fight back 2 versus 4. That should have never ever been Navi's round.
And you can see what Mini's doing with that already. Brilliant shot onto
Spike
Sociable.
down B.
Does bring things back on side, and the spike noted now. So Mini still sticks around, thinking that there's going to be a re-engage. There is. Filu walks out, wins the duel, and the duelist opening up what could be the round for Navi. Back in. We're going to even see a wheelie ultimate committed, the last round in which you can do so, and well, you can see right now, there is no escape for the fate of Stalzo.
Not cleared.
And that's going to be a nice shoot. Nobody even going through elbow to clear out. Stalzo walks round, gets the spike denied. Hero does get left though, which means it's all up to Stalzo. Needs to connect the shots in Hero low. So is the time. But Stalzo peeking out with his prowler. He's just trying to buy time. Make sure that Hero's committed to the spike.
Spike planted.
Near sights the KG, or what I thought was. And well, we'll win the round for Gentlemates, 8-4.
Navi and Gentlemates both approaching A main as a priority of their early game plan. Navi needing this pistol round. It starts off with Martin drawing first blood, but Sociable equal to it. Fract active, but nowhere for Rooksik to fall back to. Out in the open, it's another Starso double.
Oh, he is now committed to a deep position, trying to get that
Hero.
spike down. Hero trying to
Last
take his
player
time in, but
standing.
not to be advised. Gentlemates look to win another pistol round. This would be 3 out of 4.
Spike planted.
Shao in position for the 1 versus 3, but the crossfire is difficult to cut up. Has a star from which to work, but as the Nebula drops in main, that's an issue. Hang on.
Enemy
Shao in
What?
play. Second shot from Shao. Mini walks in! And he's equally as dead.
For the French organisation. If Gentlemates lose this map, they are out of Project Blender. There's no coming back.
As critical as you can be, it's a very well worked clutch from Shao that may not amount to much if Navi aren't careful here. Bippo is very quickly encroaching on the site with a Spectre in hand. And there you have it. Gentlemates losing another second half pistol. But the round directly following it is theirs.
Spike planted.
I mean, it's the exact same as Split. Although, a Shao 1 versus 4, one better than his last round, would be incredible.
Can he possibly do it again? The first one onto Martin isn't clean. And I don't think Glyph is going to be having any of this. Just telling to his players not to make a mistake, tread lightly. Martin on low HP is the one let off the hook, as you can see. He's trying to find Shao here, who equally so is late to clear out Flowers, and will find Martin in the end. It's just saving the Bulldog, I suppose. Close to the smoke, he gets dropped. Exalt as a tool for execution. Starso's Nightfall right behind it as he just tees them up with this early space.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Doesn't look like too much of a change up here from Navi either in terms of how they're fighting it. So he puts his body on the line early, but so does Hero. That's an overextension. Punished on B.
Gentlemate Mini just runs out though. And with just a Sheriff in hand, gets easily picked out. I don't know about that one. Navi able to earmark the chokes, but it's up to Shao as he walks all the way up B long.
Deceptive of this. Shao caught. Bippo able to find another kill on this B extremity. Filu's going to arrive in just the nick of time, but Glyph can hear all of this. The in-game leader might just be calling for a double back, and that's exactly what it is. A pump fake from the Neon, and an A finish through their Fade player.
I think they know about this because Glyph jumped as he
Yeah.
came out the cosmic form, so that's a problem.
I think so. The question is,
Well,
can
we're all
Navi
seconds
actually
left.
cut off the spike? It doesn't look like they can, as the majority of their players, Paul and Rooksik, grouping up through Art. Starso finds the all-important frag onto Filu, and that might just be it. Not unless NAVI can fight their way out of a very difficult spot right now. Sociable creeping closer. It's Martin on default that they are yet to find. And when he strikes, the round has concluded in my mind. Little left to be done here for Ruxic. He has managed to get behind almost every player on the Gentlemate's side, though. I was thinking maybe there's a world where he could have gone for a ninja there, perhaps. But it is a very fleeting thought.
Yeah, I think Glyph still has an Astra start in pocket. We won't get to find out as he's put to the grave. Gentlemates now try and clear through mid. That's where Sociable stands all alone. There is a turret for contact, but can he win the duels? It seems as if he's going to be able to at least get one and get away. So Bipple gone, no gap close. Is that going to be an issue?
Ooh, Sociable gives his life up for
I know
it.
exactly where
Starso's dropped, and with the neural theft invested, Gentlemates have a better idea of the picture here. They want to accelerate into Hero now as he plays from the pit. He's going to get spammed out by Starso, and Mates have an advantage in post.
How they do? Well, the last remaining couple of players, good shots coming through. NAVI, I mean, trying to retake into Gentlemates, but it's not to be advised now. As the advantage for the attack is there, and even hindered, Gentlemates can get it done. Well played from the French side.
Very quickly testing Gentlemates.
Straight towards the garage with Filu and it's just a little bit lucky there. It seems so far people just trying to be a little bit too aggressive, and Gentlemates pretty surgical in the way they're coming back in. But look at Ruxic, he is like a homing missile towards this C-long. First player up is low, the headshots hit, a slide available but a trade there. Gentlemates find themselves 2-1 in this post plant.
Sociable double shock though, and damage on both players.
Yeah, that's true, but it's whether he really wants to bring out this shock. It looks pretty decent. Does not gain the kill though. The second shock should be good, but doesn't actually hit Glyph. So still, Bipple now needs to look towards the breach to get the trade. How far you can build at the moment. I guess for either team, to be honest, right? Momentum, Haven, that's the big component of it. Sociable does get rid of Bipple, and there's going to be even ultimates thrown into the mixer. But look at the omen so far. Martin very far in front as the spam comes through. Sociable even finds him. So NAVI should have this round in the bag.
Should. We will see what transpires. Starso really did need to find that one clean if there was to be any belief that this could happen. Mini is just going to leave from A long as well as they look to head elsewhere, which is the best decision right now with hindsight in mind, as NAVI are still stacked on A. They've got the Cypher util to hold up the other end of the map. For Gentlemates, it's about getting a player in an aggressive position and seeing if they can pick one off before this goes into post, or not long after.
Cam has found Mini at least, so players now start to make their way over. It's all about Starzo now. Importance put on him. Unfortunately, it now leaves Mini in a 1 versus 4 clutch. So with utility set in his way, I mean the big one being the stunt, there's not a lot of opportunity to escape to a long position. I mean with smokes up you wouldn't necessarily want to, and too many targets means too difficult to choose.
Gentlemates look to be going back to this same call, take the A site with the Rolling Thunder, but NAVI playing off site have their own Astra ult to come in for this retake.
Yeah, they're going to flood back in to the backside spot. Although, still more utility to be sent forward by Gentlemates, but one which NAVI can try and deal with. Good flash from Filu, one which actually nets him a kill. And now we look at Shao on site, all alone, and no help needed.
I really like that NAVI actually did just want to fast flood there with the smoke up. You're seeing Filu bring out an Outlaw to punish here. His TP isn't too close to support if he opts to leave, but he does stick around to find Bippo, at least initially.
And then gets out of dodge. Hero trying to spam through, doesn't net anything, but the sheriff shots look good. Not again! It seems as if Gentlemates have some sort of ability to curse their opponents when they go into thrifty
Spike
rounds. Some of the players still sticking with the Sheriff.
Look, let's not talk gentlemates and curses just yet. Sociable has a 1 versus 3.
Unfortunately,
Gentlemates look to be playing this correctly.
yeah, he's been noted, right? And you don't want to give anything away to a clutch. Shots not too bad in the placement.
Into Garage, but Navi look like they want to retake this space.
Yeah, they do want these fights, but they did not identify Bimbo, and that's the big problem. Although, paying attention to the little details are NAVI, and that's how Shout gets rid of Philo, though, walking up, the hip fire not hitting, not connecting, and now the A site open.
Yeah, looked like Navi were trying to do a little bit too much at once there. Philo overexerting himself on A while the rest of the players were trying to reclaim Garage space. And now Navi have a real handful. Martin finding the impact when called upon. And the lockdown in play means that Hero has to find an answer soon.
So, I mean, gentlemates, kind of stuck on site, but they have created the lane. Shao now taking up on the back lines, and if he could win this out, it would be massive! Because now it just leaves Martin on site, and a 1 versus 1 with Hero up above. Does he realise the player is below him, although Martin's still alive? Could he get on the angle? Whoa, what a quick flick! On to Shao now, who he'll win! Does he have enough time? It looks like it. Navi gets 6 when they should have had no chance.
Angel has talked a lot of Haven as a map and the theory, so he should know what is required to take this in the second half. Opdual won by Bippo. That's a huge pick on Sociable.
Oh, Ruxic. It's lucky though, because Shao's still been able to sit here. Plenty of damage. And that will net gentlemates their kill. Has this been a mistake to allow Paco back into the comms and make corrections on what has been a relatively poor half by gentlemates? Seems so far that has been the case. As Philo now the perhaps saving grace from Navi. Lovely shot.
He had a quick reposition towards short as well. Still a trap on long, and Hero can play off this. But the spike has to cross.
It does.
Mini gets the line first.
Yeah, the fact that Mini had the line first, Philo I thought for a moment may be able to make it work for him like he did in the last engagement, but it's Hero now playing within the smokes, playing within the traps, and well, it seems as if he's the one who's going to come out on top. Bruxic to support, and on a 2-on-2, that spike has to head elsewhere. How have gentlemates let this one go again?
Martin placed a smoke like he was the Jet player TPing into the site, but it gave Hero a room from which to work.
Oh no.
He's going to attempt this, but there's just no chance, no time. Hang on.
But they are hitting into a massive stack.
Yeah, Mini's holding up the rest of the map with this dive down middle. The Canary in the coal mine, first sign of danger. 3 players on the site, the 4th body's with the paranoia, and as it's sent in by Martin, only Ruxic on the ground. Navi very slow in their approach towards this site, and as they step back out, it's just Shao for a moment, and the rest of gentlemates clean things up. Not sure about that pistol from Navi, but much you're not meaning to incite violence on these teams. The ones doing that here, though, are gentlemates, and unfortunately enough for you, Cairo, it doesn't look to be a good start, but Starso! Well, the stars have aligned here. He finds 3 very quickly, and in that flash of brilliance, gentlemates do have a player advantage.
How they do it. But again, something that keeps popping up left, right and centre is that gentlemates in a deficit always allow Navi back in. Just a chance. Need this to go over the line cleanly if you're the defence.
This is the slight issue that the B site is left open. A already fully conceded. Means that gentlemates don't feel too comfortable to keep that double stack in logs for fear of being overexposed in a late wrap. fully conserving the numbers, playing for a retake situation here. Xiao's got to make sure he breaks that nano, or it's going to be a bit of a
30
problem
seconds left.
in delaying the time.
Well, with the molly gone and the information
Spike
given,
planted.
Spike is down. So we look at how Gentlemates come back in towards the site. Xiao already trying to prepare stars, but he's prepared Hero for a 1 versus 3. And unfortunately for Mr. 1 versus 3, he can't even get a kill.
5 players
You want to
strong
fight
against the
it?
captain.
Oh, and he's sticking around for it, playing from logs. The smoke just came in at the wrong time as Ruxic had got a notice on the breach, and unfortunately for him, he's off the board. So I think we should expect now that NAVI should have the
Spike
goods to take
planted.
the round. And it seems as if NAVI are moving into it as well, has it. From above, Ruxic seen, stopped and then re-hit.
Yeah, Gentlemates usually are strong siding A towards the late round. That's where NAVI will find an advantage
30
on this C
seconds left.
push, but Soverall is perfectly placed through the garage lane, making it almost impossible for
One
Navi
enemy
to get out
remaining.
on the site, and when they do, greeted by Martine, Mini not too far behind. It does feel that way.
I can't remember the last time we had an eco.
I don't know when it would have been, but Gentlemates probably won it, let's be honest. Navi have struggled to make the most of these advantages at times, and well, here it's a quick rotation to A, which is well supported.
That it is, and one which, well, you look at Startso playing in front of that Hunter's Fury, he's one out. So Gentlemates once again get the entry kill and have infested this A site, looking to create a defensive line as the players begin to swing through. It is Navi to win out all the duels and put themselves into a post plan. Can Mini give us something to celebrate? It's a no. And now Bipple's ultimate, ultimate? This is op instead, not his ultimate that he uses. Will be no problem for Navi. Is Navi now forced to just execute?
Martine the one guarding it, first line of contact broken. Still have Mini in this close corner though, and Starso following it up only finds one. Navi at a 2-on-2, big duel in garage, and Hero wins it. The 11th is calling their name.
Planted.
Bippo has to pull off a miraculous attempt, or Navi are in the driver's seat at the end of Haven.
Do not doubt him. Blades out. It can be very, very fast and quick. Starts to already go down, and grab well used.
Buys a little bit of time for Navi, but this utility surplus is not infinite. Cage up allows Hero to get close, and Xiao to play for this double swing, but Bippo cuts them off limb from limb, and with that, Gentlemates do have an equalizer. Navi have to recollect their thoughts as it's a fast B-pop they're going for this time.
Very quick, and Molly's being burned through. Spike should be able to, yeah, there it is, start to be attempted. And I mean, you look at the site, the surrounding aspects of it, Gentlemates are ready.
Rolling Thunder sweeping in. Filu finding one and getting out of dodge though. TP's back to the rest of the pack. Navi in a strong position, but no late lurk, no extra win conditions. Garage control yet to be taken by either team as the turret lays vacant. Either side of the smoke, the spike has still not been worked on by Gentlemates, and time is starting to wear thin. That clock's already halfway done. The detonation imminent. Martine finally drawing first blood, and Gentlemates crashing through, but it's Filu who has it fall on deaf ears. What a reposition around the corner of the smoke. Xiao with the double, and that is Navi. Up to 11, last opportunity.
Last chance to come back in. Bippo's operator will get the first again.
Yeah. It's been an absolute mainstay in terms of finding opening picks, and that's what Gentlemates' game plan almost completely relies on, it feels like. If they don't have man advantage, you're favoring Navi almost every single round. Gives them the option to just move a player over here, and that's what they'll do, op arriving on C, but Martine might not have that cavalry in time. Looks like he will now.
Yeah, Bippo does manage to grab Xiao, so the trade is there. players, though, are already through on site, and that's allowed them to set up the post plant. That's the worrying part about Gentlemates, is the retakes have not been convincing once Navi gets set up.
Stun to set up this overall as well. Got to be looking for it here, Starso.
Yeah, Hero tries to stop the players flooding out, but it is overwhelming. In fact, Sociable, good for a frag or two. Millie will get his first here, but that spike is being worked on.
Ruxic with ult and a stinger, that's the only concession. Full purchase for both as we look at this age all again.
6 ultimates in the server, and 3 of them already ripped. And Gentlemates opening up the account of kills by themselves to the good. Glyph holding on to the edge of the smoke. Gentlemates trying to hold on to just the A site in general, and so successful in doing so.
Yeah. Navi just wanted to brute force it. And it comes back to that decision from the previous round. Starso has the Sova ult, sends it into A lobby early, allows Bippo to get out in position. That's how they find the opening kill. And the rest is just great work from Gentlemates, really. Navi in another short-handed situation. A 2v2 on B, which is currently not being watched.
Yeah, but the alarm bot is doing the work for the players, and this is where we expect Navi to really not have a chance, right? Because now they're known about. They're trying to maybe test their luck, get a pick or two, but they're giving away their positions in the meantime. And with the announcer telling how much time is left, the spike will be attempted.
Yeah, Filu the one just trying to push the envelope as much as possible and find a kill here. Last round of play, Xiao wants to do something with this Astra ult, but it's yet to be revealed right now. Filu moving into backside again.
Players walking out. Filu does get one of his own. Xiao with a couple makes this worry. Still has the grab well, and well, unfortunately Glyph comes round the corner for a 4K of his own.
Because it felt like with the pressure on C, the obvious choice was for Filu to just rotate, but he's set up Ruxic, who could be onto a winner. First shot lands, stun won't pop. And so Starso has a trade. Filu following this is not going to pick up a kill either.
So, with his back to 4-on-4, they look to challenge the site of Hero, where, again, stars are placed, Cypher utilities down, and contact has been taken.
Hero set up here as Mini leads the charge of his reinforcements back into the site. Reveal has caught him. Hero dead in the back of Plat, and Xiao can't follow it up immediately. But that one onto Mini is an issue. Glyph halved in health as that shot will land. Starso spammed within an inch of his life. Gentlemates barely hanging on in this one, but Glyph has to step up. If not, Starso. He's already done his job, and now it is just the pole left in the 1v2.
He's so far away.
He's taking the long wraparound to see, and it doesn't look like Na'Vi have read into this at all. A first dink lands onto Sociable. That brings up the ult, and Filu can't afford to take a single pulse from this Sova ability. He has to respect it the whole way along, and on the half stick, he's going to win the round. It's so cruel on Starso, who played a brilliant 1v3. Yeah, both extremities have weakened just a little bit. Again, this Killjoy util that's trying to tie it all together. Hero, the only one disconnected, late through Garage, could be key. Na'Vi still a little slow in their way up. In fact, it is Hero who will strike first. The initial blood of the round with only 25 seconds left to spare. All of Na'Vi are here, and Gentlemates have to hold their ground. Glyph good for 2, but 2 just won't cut it. Mini now in the hot seat as Bippo's trying to chase things up. Mini getting 2, in fact. And it's another 1 versus 1.
At least the spike's able to go down, but you can see Bippo, he's so quick.
Already closing the gap, and Sociable knows it. Playing to the boxes, wrap around logs. Timing is everything here for Sociable, and he will nail the shot that takes Na'Vi home and dry. Into the quarterfinals on Friday they go. Their first VCT opponent eliminated.